This is 6 News.
A 101-year-old record falls today as temperatures hit 100 degrees. It's our top story this evening. Good evening, I'm Abby Grimmett. Jane and Greg have the night off tonight, and I'm starting out with Tim Nestor in the Weather Center, who has details on this record-breaking heat. And with all this record heat, many of us were encouraged to stay indoors and keep cool, but not everyone had that option, including our own Siobhan Klepper. She spent her day outside with several grounds crew workers who say beating the heat is all about balance. And the hot temps also didn't stop people or our Maria Henchinova from coming out to the annual Independence Day Parade in downtown Lansing. Take a look at what happened today if you missed the event. One Michigan leader says the holiday is one of his favorites to celebrate. U.S. Representative Mike Rogers recently stopped by the 6 News studio to talk about happenings in Washington, but he says today is a day to put all that aside for just a moment and truly reflect back on what the Founding Fathers did to make our country the greatest. A new AP survey shows a majority of economists expect the nation's unemployment rate to stay above 6% for at least 4 more years. That's the upper limit of what's considered healthy. If they are right, the job market will still be unhealthy 7 years after the recession officially ended in June of 2009. That would be the longest stretch of high unemployment since the end of World War II. It also means the job market and the economy will be a big challenge for whoever wins the White House in the fall. Well, meantime, the men vying for the Oval Office spent part of this 4th of July on the campaign trail. President Obama celebrated the nation's birthday with a naturalization ceremony at the White House for active duty U.S. service members. Later, the President and First Lady hosted a barbecue, concert, and fireworks on the South Lawn for military heroes and their families. His Republican challenger, Mitt Romney, interrupted his annual family vacation in New Hampshire to march in a local 4th of July parade. The latest Gallup poll shows the president with a slight lead over Romney, 48 to 44%, 4 months before Election Day.
With your help, we solve crimes. This is 6 News Crime Stoppers.
A robber and some vandals top tonight's Crime Stoppers report. Police want them behind bars and are asking you tonight for your help to identify the suspects. A woman who worked for a Midland dentist is accused of stealing about $1 million. Stephanie Sislinski and her husband Ken have been charged with felonies in Midland County Court. Ken Sislinski was arrested Monday after he finished his shift as an officer at the county jail. Defense attorney Robert Dunn says he was shocked that Sislinski's husband was charged, but authorities say the stolen money was put into a bank account with his name. Photos show him making at least 2 deposits. Well, it's been a busy term so far for Governor Rick Snyder. Since he took office in 2011, he's signed just more than 600 new laws, including changing the state's tax structure, making motorcycle helmets voluntary, and passing laws that haven't been friendly to unions. However, the laws haven't always survived court challenges. A federal judge recently put the brakes on a law to stop payroll deduction as a way for school employees to pay union dues. And coming up on 6 News at 11, we'll tell you about an Okemos man who's being hailed as a hero for his work with helping orphans. Plus, the Battleship of Presidents finds new life. We'll tell you about its new assignment. But first, Tim Nestor will be in with more on tonight's forecast.
Hit it, which is another record. It does end after that. Cools back down into the 80s for next week.
Thank goodness. And you talked about needing that rain. I know the farmers are just desperately wanting that rain to come through here.
It is bone dry out there.
Hopefully we'll get some sprinkles soon. Thanks so much for that, Tim. Well, Kevin Gale is here with sports, and he's got lots of great traditions, right, Kevin?
That's right. Hopefully I'll survive the heat long enough to see some fireworks. Wish me luck, Abby.
Good luck with that, Kevin. Hope you have a water bottle. Well, coming up, we'll have a final look at your forecast.
It's going to be hot.
So hot.
Okay, that's my forecast.
We're done.
For the day.
That's it.
As we take a look at temperatures right now, 82 degrees still at 11:30.
Finally tonight, the 4th of July means baseball, and in just a few days, the mysteries behind throwing a curveball and keeping the baseball field green will be explained during 4-H Science Day at Cooley Law School Stadium. During the July 15th event, the Lansing Lugnuts pitcher will explain the physics behind pitching sliders and curveballs. 15 science stations will be in place until the 7th inning, which will include companion animals, information about insect lifestyles, and water quality, among other topics.
Yeah, Kevin Gale, of course, out there at Lugnut Stadium tonight at the Cooley Law School Stadium, and I hope he stays cool.
I hope so. I hope so. And you too. That's it for tonight. We're always on and always free at WLNS.com.